Hello there, yes. Well, it was hot, wasn't it? It still is, yes. Anyway, today I want to talk about the Sex Matters report on social transitioning in schools and Maya Forstater, who yesterday had about 3 very puffy pieces in the Times, Telegraph and the Daily Mail. I'm allowed to call them puff pieces because whenever there's a piece on a trans individual in The Guardian that she doesn't like, she calls it a puff piece. Yes. Now, obviously, one rule for them. Yes, talking of rules, the Sex Matter documents, which I'm not a lawyer, but I can see that someone can problematise anything within the law. The idea of the Sex Matters document is to apply more pressure to the government in and around basically banning children from in any way, shape or form socially transitioning at schools. And okay, fine, let's do that then. Let's go back to a section 28, clause 28 universe. That's fine. But there are obviously problems with this, because if you want to have a small group of people dictating what goes on in schools, you can do. But you might well end up another group of people trying to dictate what goes on in schools, because there are actually parents out there who aren't rabidly anti-trans, who have trans children, and they might well decide to use the law as well. I don't think they'll get puff pieces in the Daily Mail, though, will they? Or the Telegraph, or the Times, or anywhere else. And, and on a broader level, if you think that this is the solution, that you can pass laws because you're unhappy about what's going on, you have to live in a strange world where you would have to assume that those laws are going to work. I mean, the Sex Matters group, for example, were very, very upset about one particular individual who didn't get enough of a prison sentence, as far as they could see it, in terms of calling somebody a TERF and punching them, and they were calling for a law change there. One has to say, well, what other laws do you want to change, or is it just all of them to suit yourselves? And then we get to the stage where, if you like, the tiger starts to eat its own tail, because Maya perhaps might need to ask herself whether or not her good friend Calvin Robinson, and all the other people on GP News would be happy to just go, well, that's my job done. No more trans kids in schools. I'll call a halt there. Because Calvin won't, will he? And the rest of the anti-abortion groups, no, they won't. And the rest of the neo-Nazis that are also on board with all of this stuff, they won't stop there, will they? Because they'll come for the gays and the lesbians next. Why? Because they always do. All of the anti-drag stuff at the moment, it leads neatly into that, okay? You can call all trans people paedophiles if you want, going down the Graham Linehan route, but you can transfer that instantaneously, can't you, to anyone that's gay or lesbian, which might cause a few problems for you, J.K. Rowling, and the rest of the crew there. Yeah, I'm not really quite sure what happens to the LGB alliance when suddenly they find themselves under attack from a whole bunch of neo-Nazis that they used to welcome. Bit hard, that. And of course, after that, you get the Calvin Robinson and the Connor Tomlinson who will come for women's reproductive rights. I wonder where Maya will be on that particular issue, because there's no hiding at that point when they come for you, and they'll come for you as well. This is the basic problem with it. You don't have to fear people on the left, no matter how much Loza Fox and the rest of them are going to jump up and down. I'm not a threat to anybody because of my political views, because I have no social or economic power, but a lot of people do have a lot of social and economic power, and they're not very happy about a whole wide range of people, not just somebody who's 13 wearing a skirt to school. There are bigger issues at play. Anyway, do have a lovely week. Please do.